Hi, my name's Charlie Sauer, president of the Market Institute and editor of U.S. Policy.
Yeah, now I want to shed some light on this as well, Charlie. You wrote this piece in the Washington Examiner called Patrick Leahy's War on Innovation. He's a Democratic senator from Vermont. This is for the America Invents Act. You have a big problem with this act. You have renamed it the America Hates Inventors Act. So I want you to describe the problem with this legislation, break it down for our audience. I know this is something that you feel very strongly about.
Well, you know me, I hate all government regulation, but one of the proposals that I've come up with is that I think the opposition to bills should be the people that get to name them, because something like the American Invents Act isn't the right name for it. And so the American Invents Act was actually passed 11 years ago, and Patrick Leahy is trying to come and create a new reform bill that would make it better and restore the American Invents Act. And the fact is that after they passed that bill, judges called it the patent death panel. They created ways to take away property from inventors. And one of the few rights, the actual only right that's in the original Constitution, is actually the right to invent. That meant everything to our founders because it was something that the king gave writs of ownership to. But what Patrick Leahy wants to do is make it harder to invent, harder to protect that invention. And he's doing that by putting more and more barriers in front of inventors. And the problem here is that Patrick Leahy is getting ready to retire. And he has a distinguished career in the Senate. He's well respected. And so the fear here is that senators are going to give him this bill as a going away present. Honestly, a good gift for a senator is a bottle of scotch. That's what they should stick to instead of trying to give him some sort of innovation killing bill that just makes it harder to make up the next Google, the next Facebook, and actually compete with these big businesses that we all talk about today.
Yeah, if there's one thing that is quite frustrating about America today, of all the things, one of them certainly is how hard it can be sometimes to go through all the loopholes and all the papers and documents of just trying to start a business, just trying to sell a product, Charlie.
Well, see, one of the things, like, you and I disagree on the way that we should handle Twitter and Facebook and Amazon, or we largely disagree on it. We probably have some similarities. But the only way to really go after these businesses is to compete with them. And the only way to really do that is to have intellectual property. Because if you don't have something that is just yours, it makes it almost impossible to compete with Google or Facebook or Amazon, because they can see your idea and just steal it. But that's what the founders did, is they gave us this ability to have a patent, which means that we can defend ourselves no matter how small. This is something that the left should support in unison. It's something that the right should support as business. But the fact is that cronies all over Washington, D.C. want to make it harder on the small guy so that they can keep what's theirs. I think that this is the cornerstone to the populism that the right is seeing in attacking these large companies. The way that the left wants to attack these large companies, it ends up coming down to a free market solution, which is letting people innovate and have that intellectual property.
Well, it's a good piece in the Washington Examiner. I encourage our audience to go read it. Charlie Sauer from the Market Institute, always great to have you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you.